me. No, they were, I would say, I don't know, a few blocks, a few hundred feet in front of me. Okay. But I was the direct following car. There were no cars in between my line of sight and the blue SUV.
Okay. And once impact happened and both vehicles came to rest, did you get out of your vehicle or just remain inside your vehicle?
Yes. Yeah. So I passed. So the Sprinter van went off the road to the right, and the other vehicle was stationary in the center of traffic, a little bit further in front of the Sprinter van. So I pulled off the shoulder on the right hand side and got out and ran back to. First, I went to the Sprinter van because it was turned on its side to make sure that all the passengers were okay. There were some noticeable injuries, some people bleeding. It was turned on its side. A bunch of glass was shattered, and there was a bunch, luggage and gear kind of all over the place.
Can you describe how many passengers there were and what types of injuries you noticed?
I would say, 2, 4, 6. I would say, I think about 6 or 7 passengers. But it's a large Sprinter van, so I think they were below capacity. So I'd probably say maybe 6. The injuries I noticed was one gentleman had a significant gash on his arm, large, basically a slice open wound.
Was he the
significant
driver?
Gash.
I'm sorry, was he?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, by the time I got to the vehicle, people were moving around and trying to get out, which I was basically helping them get out of the vehicle. So I don't know who was in what seat or where. I know there was a gentleman in the middle row that had complained about. He was the last one to exit the vehicle, and he had complained that his back and his neck was hurt, and so we kind of told him not to move much. But everybody else was able to, I believe, stand upright and walk out the rear. Everybody had to exit the vehicle from the rear hatch, which we had to hold open for them because none of the doors were accessible on its side.
Okay. Did you ever go back to the Explorer, or you just remained with the Sprinter van?
Yep. Okay. No, I did go. So after we got all the people out of the Explorer, I took my shirt off and wrapped up the guy's arm wounds, tried to stop the bleeding, and I went over to the Sprinter. At this point, it's, raining pretty intensely. So I went over back to the SUV that was in the center of the road. I believe there were 2 young children in car seats in the back. And then I believe a driver and a passenger in the front. There may have been another adult in the back with the kid, but I asked them if everybody was okay, and they seemed to be okay, and I don't believe they mentioned any incidents to me, but the kids were crying and screaming, and so it was kind of hectic. But I didn't notice any noticeable injuries on the any of the passengers that were riding in the SUV.
Okay. Did you call 911, or were there more people that came?
There was one other. I did that personally. One other person had stopped. I was actually kind of surprised that not more people had stopped. I mean, it was a pretty severe accident, but it was raining, and I guess people didn't want to do that. But one other person did stop and called. I don't know who they called. I don't know if they called 911 or FHP or whatever, but I think when I say FHP and paramedics were the first ones on the scene, but I did not know that call.
Okay. Do you know?
I gave the officer who was writing the report my business card, name, and number, and that was the extent of it.
Okay. Do you know who the responding agency was? Was it local police department or was it FHP?
Again, we're talking about a few months ago. I want to say it was FHP, but I'm not sure enough of the statement to be sure.
All right. And do you know if any of the passengers of the Sprinter van were transported to a hospital by ambulance?
I left before the ambulance left, so I can't say one way or the other to that. I know the medics were checking. I mean, I know one of the people said they wanted to go to the hospital. I believe the guy with the neck and back pain. But then one of the other gentlemen had a real significant gash on his arm that I'm